Welcome, everyone. Happy Friday. I'm here with Roy DeCan. My name's Greg Dixon. I'm here with Roy DeCan, Betty Withrow, and Val Lowe. We have most of the continent covered at this moment here. And I'm going to put a little banner up here, and I'll tell you whatever our topic. And so this is, are you feeling stressed implementing your success? And we're going to suggest that you need to get a team. And we're going to talk about that. And our guest today is Val Lowe, and it's interesting. She didn't create that little infographic, but that's what she does with her Map-It. So maybe you can introduce yourself about what you do and why you do it.
Why I do it, yes. Oh gosh, Greg, I'd like to jump into the why first, but I'm Val Lowe, and I work with entrepreneurs. There we go. I work with entrepreneurs to help them get bigger revenue and bigger impact in their world. And the Map-It is one of the things that I like to use. It's actually taking ideas, strategies, putting them onto paper in colorful icons and images, and then the entrepreneurs can take that and use it for following, for keeping on track, because he says, as entrepreneurs, we sometimes get a little bit distracted. So they can come back and go, okay, here it is, there's what it is. But I got into Map-It because, and I call it Map-It, because I needed to add some more color into my business. I like what I'm doing, but this has just brought color in and a whole new way of showing people how they can take strategy and put it into a plan and then execute that plan. So that's what I'm up to, Greg.
No, that's fabulous. And how you fit in with what we do is between the three of us, we usually come up with a fairly comprehensive roadmap about how we're helping people get from where they are into where they want to be. And what you do, like do you have a sample of one of your Map-Its or something you can put up on the screen that you can just hold up maybe?
Yes, I can hold it up if you'd like.
Yeah, that's good.
Here's an annual vision I did with someone. Q1234, like a complete year roadmap. And the person I work with on this, oh man, she just knocks it out. She just goes, oh yeah, did that. And one more thing I can do. I'll show you this one. I'm in a marketing program right now, and May was video month. So I just took an time to map out what you can do with videos, from the story, the journey, other side. All the options, and then of course you got to have fun with it.
Yeah.
You got to.
That's our motto. Yeah, we have to have fun.
Yeah.
Last week we made something. We just sort of said something along the lines of "grouchy people need not apply." So I really like your style to make it fun, and we sometimes create fairly complex things, and our motto is you don't have to do it all at once. So when you see it all in one place, it looks like you have to do it all at once. Mm-hmm. So we just go through an orderly way. Anyway, Betty, the topic for today came from Betty. So about overwhelm and feeling stressed, and maybe you can explain what you had in mind with that, Betty.
Yeah, well, it was interesting because I suddenly realized we didn't have a topic and went, okay, what is our topic? And right at that same moment, I was getting messages from people about projects that had taken longer than they thought. And I said, well, that would be the one, having time to do things. And in this case, I was saying, well, everything takes longer than you think. And what I love about Val's approach of having a map is that instead of thinking you have to do it all at once, you have a strategy and a plan, and you go, okay, this step, that step, the next step, and you can check them off, so to speak. A lot of times when people are talking to me about what's going on in their business, they say, well, that would be great, but I don't have time. And typically it comes back to not having time to put together your content. Because you're too busy running your business, you're too busy doing what you do best. Some people find that they hate writing, don't want to even think about it, and yuck, and everything else. And so I say, well, don't have all that. Have me and get it done. Because that time that you're dreading to spend on something that is not your expertise and that you hate doing is much better delegated to someone else that can simply take care of it for you. And then you can use that same piece of time to do something productive that's going to move you forward. That's what a team is.
That's what a team is. Fabulous. So Roy,
We can definitely save you time. There are tasks you might not be able to do. There are tasks that you don't want to do. And so if you give those to us, you can concentrate on what you do best, just like Betty just mentioned.
Yeah, like for instance, Roy can do what he does way better than I ever could do it. I can't even conceptualize of the skill set that it takes in order to be able to understand how to make Google work for you in the way that Roy can understand it. I mean, I know a few of the basics, but Roy's got all of the intricacies and the skill set to be able to do in a short period of time what would take me probably a week. And I wouldn't do as good of a job.
Yeah, and the other advantage is all four of us have a different perspective on things. So we can take a look at almost a holistic way at what needs to be done and come up with a pretty elaborate plan. And there are some things on our list that we would get other partners to come in and do. A lot of it we can do ourselves, but we can do. Sometimes could use help. And one of our best clients now has somebody else taking on one of the tasks, the social media posting thing, which wasn't really, we could do it if we had to, but it's not really necessarily what our strengths are.
And somebody loves doing that, so it works out well for everybody.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, we each have specialized knowledge and experience, and it's usually different for each one of us. So you add it all together, and it's quite extensive. We've learned over the years what works and what doesn't. And I like to think of this little question you can ask yourself: would you want to climb Mount Everest without a guide? I'll just leave it there.
That's why I got the mountain there in the background there.
Yeah, there it is.
It's not
without
Mount Everest.
that?
It's not Mount Everest, but sure, with a guide.
But there's a problem for that one too.
Yeah. So that's actually a really good example. Climbing a mountain takes an awful lot of planning, and it takes a team. You know, you can't climb just on your own. You need help with things. So that's what we're suggesting. That's the main theme today is assuming you've got your success plan, all those bits and pieces that you need to do, and says, oh my God, how am I going to get it done? And that's where collaboration. Roy called me because he needed some help with his Kartra account. And then we realized we had some things we wanted to do together. So we started doing things together. And then Betty and I started doing things together. And then now we've been doing this total traffic conversion as a collaboration for a while. And we have, like Val, we have many others who have very specialized skills that they're there available. If a project could use those skills, we'll get them involved.
Right.
Yeah.
And, it's clear to me, looking at what Val just presented, that using her expertise at creating a plan will save the time and energy of figuring out that plan. It's like, okay, here's what I need to get done in my business, Val. How do I do it? Val puts it together. It's visual, which for many people is just really, that's a very important piece. And then, they can, and it's this little road, it kind of reminded me of like Candyland or something, bring the fun in,
Yeah. I just a little note here. I actually started business as a professional organizer. So I'm always seeing how can we make things better? How can we put the steps in? How can we just make it better and then move on and do that expertise that we have so much more profoundly.
Yeah.
I can see where every one of our clients would benefit by having a visual plan of what they need to do. And they can actually see themselves going down the road to where they want to go. I really love that idea.
Yeah. And just another point is, like I mentioned, as entrepreneurs, we've got so much stuff going on. I just, all these ideas. And if you can bring down into one or two ideas and put everything else out into the parking lot.
Yeah.
Or another island off the map.
Another island.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the other benefit of a collaboration is because we can take a look at the ideas and run by any idea that either one of us has or a client has, and then we can take a look at it and says, well, what are the strengths of that, or what are the possible problems, or have you considered this instead? So that's
Yeah.
one of the things that in the mastermind idea is that you're much greater than the sum of the parts. Yeah.
Yeah, very true. And that will cause a more efficient process, because sometimes somebody has an idea, as you said, Greg, and then it's like, wait, there's another idea that we know about that you may not have thought of.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you can combine the two ideas or say which of these is the better one, or some combination of that,
Yeah,
and
a combination.
thereby come to the right solution.
Yeah. Some combination. Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's always worth reviewing too, because we'll start on a path and we'll try things, and then if that's not having the success we want, we'll add something else to it. And we're very multi-dimensional in our approach. We're never going to tell you, okay, put your $10,000 into a Facebook ad series, and then just wait there for the money to roll in, because that's probably not going to work, and it's not in your best interest to do that. So there are times when it's worthwhile putting that, but you should do it in the context of a bunch of other things. So I guess we should briefly talk about our total traffic and conversion way philosophy, what we're trying to do, and how we all fit into here. So the main idea is we start with improving people's online presence. So their various their LinkedIn channel, social media, their website, their blog posts, all of that kind of thing, so that it's all telling a consistent story. Most of us, we're behind, our online presence lags behind what we're thinking at the moment, right? So that's what we do. One of our things that we do is we do an online effectiveness review, and and the three of us take a look at what they tell us they're trying to do, and then what their website, their presence says they're doing, which is sometimes when people actually take a look at it, it's a little bit horrifying, right?
Mhm.
No, I'm okay. I want to be a success coach. I'm no longer a dog walker, and all my website says I'm a dog walker. So, yeah. And then so let's go around. So Roy's special area of expertise is, let's say you want to really be known as the expert dog walker in your neighborhood. He does all the things that Google's likes in order to make you the prominent and perhaps even the only choice in your region. Maybe you want to explain a little bit about what you do with that, Roy.
Yeah, over the years I've studied Google because I just kind of fell on the idea that if I help Google, they will help me. And now that I found that to be true, and I'll explain why that is, I now really think that's the best way for any business to go about getting the maximum benefit of what Google does. Google really would prefer to just sell ads, but they will help you tremendously if you help them do what it takes for them to sell more ads. So if you understand that, and what it comes down to, what it takes for them to sell more ads is to be the best search engine. So when someone types something in that they want to find out about, or they want to find where to buy, they want to be able to produce the best results of anywhere on the web. And they've got the most traffic anyway for doing that, but they don't like losing any of it. And they are losing some of it. There are a lot of other search engines. So if your website gives somebody the answers or the products that they want most, that's a really good thing in Google's eyes. And they want to send you traffic. They want to send you the kind of traffic that wants what you can provide. So if you think about that, just don't think about yourself. Think about what you can do for Google, because it's going to turn right back around. So that's really where I come from. And over the years, I've developed what I call niche domination, which is a way of going about establishing yourself as the authority for your niche. And there's all kinds of ways you can pick exactly what that niche should be, and you want to narrow enough niche and all this other kind of thing. But irrespective of all that, you want to be the authority for what you really want to provide. And you want to have a good solution, but if you have a good solution and people don't even know you have it, it doesn't do you any good. So you want to be able to attract clients that are interested in that solution continually without having to think about it, without having to pick up the phone, without having to knock on doors, without having to do anything else where you have to do something to get people to know what you do. It's automatically there. Google throws it out there so people find you automatically, consistently, day after day. So that's what I have found to be the most effective way for a business to continually grow.
Yeah, thank you, Roy. So, so my area is video, but it's a bit misleading, because really, Google, to the whole world, Google is just words. They look. It's the language you use, even the subject lines you put on your videos, all that stuff, the keywords, the hashtags, all those things go into people finding you and going. And that really brings us into Betty's area as a writing coach and content writer, ghostwriter. So maybe you can explain a bit more about what you do, Betty.
Okay, well, yeah, as you said, Greg, I'm about the messaging, and my method is to go into a process that helps to identify exactly what a result it is that you want to create with whatever it is that you're putting out there. And then how do you communicate effectively with your target market, and what results do people get when they work with you? Using those three principles, I'm able to narrow down your message so that it's presenting you in the best possible way. And as Roy was pointing out, building authority in your field, because the precision that you use to express yourself is going to be the thing that draws people to you. They don't want to wonder, what is it that she does exactly? They need to know exactly what you do real fast, because remember, we don't have a long attention span these days with people looking for things online. If they look into your site and go, huh? They hop off and they're somewhere else. But if instead you're able to say, as I said, this is what I'm doing. This is what I can do for you. And I get you because I understand who it is that you serve and what your market is and everything. Then people are like, aha, this is the person I need. And that's what we want to accomplish for you in creating your content.
No, that's perfect. So the conversion part of total traffic and conversion is how do we take advantage of all these of the people we've attracted through the writing and the social media posts and all of making Google happy. And so that's where my area is creating online courses and landing pages and basically places for people to either sign up to join your mailing list or sign up for a some kind of freebie and lead magnet, free course, ebook or something that you can download. Any of those kinds of things, all leading to a strategy of building a long-term customer and sales. So that's the whole thing, and there are a lot of moving parts. And Val's got a gift for illustrating that in a fun and colorful way. And so Val, before we let everybody go, do you want to do you have some last comments here? And
yeah. The thing that's coming out right now is just get clear on where you want to go. Get clear, get the plan, and then get a team that's going to support you doing that. Because it's important that we get out and we share our expertise and not have to be burdened and slogged down with all the other pieces that go with it. Because, I mean, a team can make things so much exponentially better for you.
That's awesome. And how can people get a hold of you? What's your website address? I should have had this all queued
Yeah.
up ahead of time, but just describe how to find you.
Yeah, if you go to LinkedIn, that's where I like to hang out. Val Lowe at LinkedIn, and you can find me there and we can get connected. I'd like that.
That's awesome here. And where you can find us at Total Traffic and Conversion. And I'm trying to find my my little link to stream here. I got too much stuff. Total Traffic and Conversion. There we go. Put it on the sign. And got how to coach baseball to kids. That's not it. Whoa. That's
Now we
something.
got book sponsors there.
Yeah, we got sponsors. Yeah. Last minute, we were looking for sponsors. Now. We're not.
That's right.
We're not looking for really looking for sponsors. But if you show up and say you want to sponsor us, we'll probably have a conversation.
Yeah, yeah. As you can tell, this is a live show, and we are all about having fun. So,
yeah. So if you want to have fun, you want to have success.
right.
Yeah, I just want to throw in one last thing too, because you'll have to spend money to have us help you, but we can actually save you money.
Mm-hmm.
We can prevent your costly mistakes, save you all kinds of time, so you get done years sooner than you would doing it yourself. We've got the expensive tools that you need to get the job done effectively. You don't have to buy them. We've got all that stuff for you.
Yeah.
So I'd like you to think about, just talk to us and see what we can do for you, and see if you think it might be worth your time. It has been for a lot of people, and it certainly is very likely it would be for you.
Yeah, that's perfect. If you go visit totaltrafficandconversion.com, there's a place to make an appointment, but just reach out. As Val said, LinkedIn's a really good place. You can find us on LinkedIn. Just send out a note and it says, well, let's talk. Let's talk about my business and what I want to do, and see if you guys can help. So
yeah, good stuff.
Good stuff. Anyway, so thanks for joining us on this wonderful Friday. And I'll play our cute little video on the way out. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.